Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to discuss about addressing modes. So this addressing modes is one of the important topic in computer architecture, and it is a very simple topic. We can easily understand this addressing modes. So let us see this. Before going to this addressing mode, I would like to tell about the instruction format. So for any instruction you're going to execute by the processor, so you need to represent that instruction. Instruction can be represented in the format of instruction format. So which means the instruction format for any general instruction which consists of two fields. So one is opcode field and another one is address field. So this opcode field which tells you about which operation you're going to perform in the instruction with that instruction, and address part which tells you about where we can fetch the operand. So for any operation you want to perform, then you need some operand. That operand where we going to fetch it, either from the memory or from the register. So in which location we going to fetch it, so that information will be stored in this address part of the instruction. So this is how the instruction format for a general instruction. Suppose if you are executing any instruction that does not need address, so there are some instruction which does not need address. So like load accumulator, so not this one. So for example, clear accumulator. So which means it does not need any of the operand to do this instruction, because we are not going to fetch any of the operand explicitly from memory or register. So some kind of instruction, if it does not need any of the address, and those instruction which are nothing but zero address instruction, and some other instruction will need only one field to represent the address, and those address which are nothing but one address instructions, so like this. And if there are some instruction which needs two or more fields to represent its address, which are nothing but two address instruction or three address instruction. So these are all some of the instruction format. So if you are representing this addressing mode in your instruction, then the instruction format will consist of three fields. So first one is opcode, second one is mode field, and third one is address part. So this opcode which tells about the operation what we're going to perform, and this mode part which tells which kind of addressing mode you're going to use in your instruction, and address part which represents where we can fetch the operand. So this is how the instruction format for if you are using the addressing mode in your instruction. So there are actually 10 addressing modes that are available in the computer system. So let us see one by one. First one is implied mode addressing mode. So which is nothing but implied addressing mode. So implied mode instruction means your operand will be implied in your instruction itself. So there it does not need any of the address, right? So it does not need this address field. So it is one of the example for zero address instruction. So this implied mode means you're doing some operation and that operand will be implied in that instruction itself. For example, clear carry or complement carry or clear accumulator or complement accumulator. So these are all some of the instruction which is a very example for this implied mode. So which means it does not need any of the operand. So either where we stored either from the memory or from the register, it does not need any of the operand. So here clear carry means, so carry value will be cleared. Complement carry means carry value will be complemented. In the same way we can do these set of operations with the accumulator value. So which is implied in the instruction itself. It does not need any specific field to represent where we going to fetch the operand. So this is what implied mode. Next one is immediate mode. Immediate mode means, so the address part of the instruction will not contain any of the address. Instead of that, it will contain the operand itself. So we can fetch the operand directly from the address part of the instruction, which is nothing but immediate mode. Okay, so we can get the operand not from any other specified location. So we'll be getting that operand in the instruction itself. So for example, so if you have the instruction like 3. So here add R1 and this one is 3. So this is the operand explicitly mentioned in the instruction itself. So this is the kind of immediate mode instruction. So it will do the add operation with R1. So R1, which is nothing but one of the register. So whatever the content of this register, so that will be added with this 3 value. So this is given in hexadecimal format. So that will add that value will be added with this R1 and the result will be stored in this R1 register. So this is how this instruction will be executed, and this instruction acts as the example for immediate mode. Next one is register mode. Register mode means in the address part of the instruction we will be having the register address. Register address means it is not said to be the memory address. So we will be fetching the operand from any of these kind of registers. So we will be having many registers in our system. So like 16 registers that are available in the computer system, and their register 16 register can be represented with their register names like R0, R1, register number like R0, R1 to R15, or we can say what will be the binary equivalent of these registers. So this value will be stored in the address part of the instruction. So with these values we can understand in which register we will be having the operand. So for example, if you have the operand, if you are mentioning it is R3, or what will be the binary equivalent of this R3, so if you are mentioning that value in the address part. So in the R3 register, whatever the content we have, so this will be act as the operand. Okay, so this will be act as the operand, and this is nothing but register mode. So if you are mentioned in the instruction that it is a register mode, so which means in the address part of the instruction we will be having the register address, or it will be mentioned with the register number, and in that register whatever the content we have, that is said to be operand. So this is what register mode instruction will be executed. And next one is register indirect. Register indirect, so how those instruction will be executed, let us see. So here we will be having the register. So for example R1, so in the address part of the instruction, so this is opcode, and this one is mode, and this one is address. So in the address part of the instruction, so if you mention that it is R1, and in the R1 value, so whatever the value you have, this will not set to be the operand. So instead of operand, this is nothing but effective address. So the term effective address, which is nothing but, it is nothing but address of the operand. So the term, if you are using the effective address, which is nothing but address of the operand. So in the memory, so in the particular location, in the 150th location, whatever the content we have, and this is nothing but operand. So this is how register indirect addressing mode. So if you are using register indirect addressing mode in your instruction, so the address part will hold the register number, and in that register whichever the content we have, that is not said to be the operand, and that will be considered as the effective address. Effective address, which is nothing but address of the operand, and again from the memory we will be fetching that operand in that particular location. So we are fetching the operand in the memory through the register, which is nothing but register indirect mode. So next addressing mode, which are nothing but direct addressing mode and indirect addressing mode. So these two addressing mode will purely related with memory, because we are going to fetch the operand only from the memory and not from any of the register. So we'll discuss that one now. So first, if you take direct addressing mode, so which means if you have one memory and in the address part, so whichever the content we have, and that is nothing but address of the operand, or we can say it is effective address. So we will be having several locations in the memory. So it starts from 0 and goes on up to the size of the memory. So 1, 2 like that. So if you have the 100th location, so here whatever the content we have, and this will be considered as the operand. This is how direct addressing mode works. If you are going to next addressing mode, which is nothing but indirect, and whatever the content specified in the address part, which is not said to be the effective address, and in that location, so whatever the content we have, and that is nothing but effective address, this in case of indirect addressing mode. So this is how indirect addressing mode, again this location, so again in this location, for example in the 25th location we will be having some content and this will be considered as the operand. Okay, so here 25 is the effective address, 100 is not the effective address, but in case of direct addressing mode 100 will be considered as the effective address, and the content which is stored in the 100th location is said to be the operand. But in indirect addressing mode 100 is not said to be effective address, so whatever the content we have in that 100th location is said to be the effective address, and again in the 25th location whatever the content we have, and that will be considered as the operand, and this content will be used to perform some operation in our instruction. This is how direct and indirect addressing mode will work, and the remaining addressing modes we will discuss in the next video. Thank you.